the only one to worship and love and be good enough for is you. Like, plain and simple. But we have to take on that power and responsibility, and we have to be accountable when we're going back into child mode, because like it can feel good to blame and like wait, you can blame me, you can blame, oh, the techniques don't work, like whatever. But ultimately, you know, keeping yourself in that disempowered state. I mean, if you look at like what that movie will play into, years and years and years of it. Welcome back to Conversations Are the Influence, the only influence. In this video, I'm going to dive into time, the concept of time, and how to wield it like the powerful directors that you are when manifesting. And this will be a companion to some other videos about success stories with clients that manifested their person in timelines, holidays, birthdays, celebrations, whatever it was. Time is one of those definitions we have to take control of and redefine. So if you find yourself waiting, you're waiting, right, for your manifestation, whatever amount you've been waiting, big things, small things, but especially with relationships, or like you're settling for a version that is not up to date with what you actually desire, all right, this is for you, okay? So let's go into time, and let's start by defining the old, outdated reaction definition of time, right? The one that if we are waiting, we still have a definition that is not in the self-concept of a master manifester, right, as the operant power. So if you look at the old, outdated, we see time as a second cause. So this means like believing that time is something outside of us. It's something that dictates when or if our desires come to fruition. We tend to base our self-worth on it. And you'll start to see this everywhere, right? Time puts us in this state of, yeah, helplessness, second cause. If we have definitions of time, meaning I'm older, I'm less powerful, I'm less attractive, less wanted. I mean, time and the way it's been defined and wielded as like a force against you, we have to take control of it, okay? So this means that believing that time is outside of us and something that dictates when or if our desires are going to come to fruition will always put you in a state of reaction and doubting your power. And so we have to consume it. We have to command it. We have to redefine it. And we have to like lose this definition, thinking that you're at the mercy of some external force waiting for the universe to decide when you're ready. You decide when you're ready, right? Neville says this, and I believe he quotes Pascal. And I'm not going to have the direct quote right now, but it's like to even desire something, right? It means it's already in form. And the way we look at this in the larger dimensional states of being, which we're going to talk about, the fourth dimension, thoughts, emotions, imagination, if we are already desiring, right, we have that feeling sensation, which you also want to redefine desire. Desire, the feeling of desiring, like I want to receive this. I want to give it to myself. See that as the emotion and the thoughts being like, here's what's coming into form. We're just going to now use the power of awareness, of our imagination, of inner conversations to focus this fourth dimensional state into, harden it into clay, into fact, into 3D, right? And time becomes your tool, all right? So let's go further into this. So I want you to, right, in the old mindset, you're playing the role of a passive observer. You're feeling powerless and at the mercy of time, right? Maybe you've been doing inner conversations, and, you know, I remember, like, there's so many clients that are like, it's been years, it's been whatever it's been, and I do the meditations, I do the inner conversations, and perhaps they feel it real in that moment, but then they go into their 3D world, and they again make the 3D world the director of their movie. They make the 3D world and time and out there the authority. And they're essentially taking all the power that's in their awareness and putting it back outside. And they're becoming like the child again, just being like, when's it going to happen? You have to assume the state and then occupy it. You have to stay in it. Really, we have to redefine reality is the inner world, and the outer world is like the scene we're walking through that we did from within, changeable, malleable, and just like a director of a movie, like we can go into any timeline we want, but we have to get used to that power first. And so when you're thinking like maybe someday it'll happen, or maybe it's not meant to be, or maybe I'm doing, like there's just always this maybe, that belief system is going to keep you stuck in a loop of waiting, hoping, instead of creating. Essentially, you're still looking out there, being like, Mom and Dad, can I have this 3D world? And it's like, you have to give it to yourself. You're the adult in this, right? So much of like manifesting is like, you're the adult, you're the operant power, you're the God, goddess of your world. Like, the only one to ask permission for is you. And the only one to worship and love and be good enough for is you. Like, plain and simple. But we have to take on that power and responsibility, and we have to be accountable when we're going back into child mode, because like it can feel good to blame and like wait. You can blame me, you can blame, oh, the techniques don't work, like whatever, but ultimately, you know, keeping yourself in that disempowered state. I mean, if you look at like what that movie will play into, years and years and years of it, you'll see examples everywhere. You know, I don't recommend it. Okay, so let's get into more of this like alter ego. I mean, your true power, like really dominant manifester, where like you're the director, right? And you define what time is, and you use it as a tool. Like time serves you, okay? You're not like asking time for permission. Time serves you. It's your movie. You decide how long, how short, when, where. Yeah, that's like, it's all on you. And when we get into like, let it go, what about the how? To me, that's just like, yeah, however the 3D movie will like put your vision into form, we don't have to like micromanage that, but yeah, you do need to control your feeling states, and you need to control your inner dialogue and your inner conversations, and like you have to control. And the let it go, right, it's just letting go of doubt, letting go of second causes, letting go of old definitions like I have to wait and maybe one day, and all those slippery things, right? So time's your tool. You're now in the driver's seat, you're in your director's chair. I have what I found to be such a cool masterclass in meditation that I did on this, that it's in the Katie collection. I can't recommend it enough. I also did the add-on to the 7-day about directing your 3D movie. This was such a like shift for me and my clients of neutralizing it. You're done getting stuck in the old script and storylines and just switch the script. But it takes a lot of consistency, especially when it comes to like fundamental definitions we're changing. But remember, your true form knows how to do this, so it is technically dominant inside of you, which is why you've manifested this, right? So no matter how hard it seems to redefine time, it's technically harder to keep going this way, because as the first and only cause, as your root, you're gonna find your way there eventually. But it feels so good to dominantly be like, yep, now's the time. All right, so now's the time. It's now. So you're in the driver's seat, you're the director, and like this is where we redefine. Time is not a barrier, right? It's a construct that I can manipulate, and I want to, and it's fun. And as I redefine time in this way, I can see it as a series of frames or moments that are totally in my control, right? I can navigate this. If I want my person here now, right now, for my birthday, for my holiday, whatever it is, that's in my control. First and foremost, yes, if I have the desire, it's already mine. I've already given it to myself. And yes, I have the power to focus this into being. Like straight away, yep. Is it possible? Obviously, of course, right? And I'm not just the character, right? I'm the director, the editor, the producer. So we have to remember, like this is all our imagination. Your person alive inside of you here right now is like, let's just get to that scene from your first perspective and live it, okay? And so the most important thing you have to do with time, redefining it, every time you find yourself going, why isn't it happening yet? or I guess I just have to wait, or another day where it didn't show up, or maybe tomorrow. No, 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 no. It's a tool. Time's a tool. It works for me. The second you have those thoughts, it's like, nope, I'm imagining their hand on my leg right now. I'm imagining those texts I got today. I'm imagining how they brought me like gifts today, how they did everything I imagined on the inside today. Because we're also implementing time as a tool where like time in the mirror just reflects in the here and now. So what I did today, or something I like to do, is like what I imagined yesterday is exactly what played out today. So at the end of your day especially, I like to imagine as I go to bed, like everything I had imagined yesterday happened today, because it's just the mirror, it's just the movie playing out. So let's redefine time, take control, right? So you can have fun manipulating it to what you want it to be. And then we live from that end, where if I already gave it to myself and I'm walking around my script and adjusting certain things, I'm walking around with my person, because we already did the scene on the inside. It's already done. I'm that new version of me. They're that version that reflects exactly what I do on the inside. I'm the cause and the effect. I'm the director. So give it a go. And there will be some more videos about success stories with time. Lastly, I want you to activate a cheat code, okay? So the moment you're like waiting, time's on the outside, it's dictating what you can and can't have, you're gonna catch yourself, you're gonna breathe in, you're gonna come into your director's chair, right? And you're gonna affirm your power, right? I'm the master of my reality. Time serves me. I take the frames I want, I visualize it right now, and then tomorrow, the mirror reflects, just like today is reflecting what I did yesterday. You want to get in this continuum, right, of this, of like the 3D always reflects the 4D, what I do on the inside. I'm the only director. Time works for me, right? You're going to feel the emotions and that power and that certainty of just like, I know what I did yesterday is reflecting today. I know what I'm doing on the inside today reflects tomorrow. It's just certainty. It's cause and effect. There's no catch. There's no surprise ending. There's no, there's cool things that are fun and exciting, but it's always on theme because I decide, right? And so every time you find your focusing on a timeline that puts you in a place of waiting, put yourself in the center. Everyone's here with you now. That you command the space. You collapse time and space. Here and now. All right, let me know as you play with it what you notice. And let me know what you revise in ways to really redefine time. That's actually what I want to know. How are you redefining time as a master manifester?